Afternoon, everyone, and welcome to a brand new series on my channel. It's a Football Manager series, and it's going to be based around the Sunderland documentary, Sunderland Till I Die. I will run a quick recap for the series, just so if anyone hasn't watched that series or they are planning to watch it, that I don't spoil it. I will tell you the sort of the time frame. So I'll talk for about a minute, and I'll time it so that I don't run over. So I'm about to discuss the actual documentary now. I don't want to spoil anything for you, so if you don't want to watch, skip now for the next minute. So essentially, in season one, it is about Sunderland when they've gone down as the Championship. It's about them trying to get back up the Championship, and they performed really, really poorly. They end up going down into the League One, and it's essentially around how poor the management is. They signed Chris Coleman in the second half of the season, and unfortunately they went down on one of the last games of the season. They just didn't have enough firepower. So on to the second season, the one that's just been released, I think 2 days ago, on Wednesday, the 1st of April, I believe it was, or the 2nd of April. They're in League One, and they are trying to gain promotion back. They've got a striker called Joshua Maja, who's like their talisman. They end up selling him to Bordeaux and trying to sign Will Grigg. So essentially, this save is going to be me trying to get Sunderland back into the Premier League. So that's the timer. So yeah, essentially, this save is going to be me trying to get Sunderland back into the Premier League. Because that's what they're trying to do on the series. Currently, at this very moment in time, football is suspended because of the COVID-19, and currently at this point in time, Sunderland sit one place outside of the playoffs in League One. So, competitions, if we go to competitions, they're expecting us to promotion by winning the league. So this could be a very short one-season series if we don't manage to get promotion this season. They haven't put a performance for the Checkatrade Trophy. They've put minimum 4th round for the FA Cup, which I think is quite difficult, and minimum 3rd round for the Carabao Cup, which I think is probably doable, depending on who we draw. So I have accidentally done a little bit. So I've done a tactic, but I haven't made any tactic. I've literally just clicked an already randomised tactic and clicked like fill the squad. So I'm going to quickly clear the squad, clear entire team selection. So we'll go from our goalkeepers. So I'm assuming John. Yeah, so he's actually the goalkeeper in real life for the club. Looking at his stats, pretty good. I don't think we need to replace him. Pretty pleased with his statistics. I'd like to play out from the back ideally with this tactic, but if it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. I'm just going to go for the highest value and just see who the highest. Okay, so their values are quite low. I think that's down to the fact they are in League One. So Bailey Wright would 110% start because he is incredible. He's such a good talent. To have him on loan is massive, but he's injured for the first 5 months, which makes building a team around him very frustrating. Tommy Smith, decent long throws, decent first touch, weirdly good finishing for a centre-back from New Zealand. Very good centre-back though, good pace for this league, good determination, good leadership, good work rate, good technique. So I think he will probably be quite important to us going up this season. Will Grigg, centre forward, is going to be a poacher. Yeah, poacher. Acceleration, okay mentals, very good penalty taking. I think he'll do all right. I think he'll score goals. £3 million, only scored 5 goals in 18 league appearances last year. Hopefully we can get a few more out of him this season. Josh Scowen is another one that's a big player. He's got fantastic work rate, really good tackling for this division, good dribbling. He's actually quite a good box-to-box midfielder, I think. He'd probably make a really good box-to-box midfielder. Maybe that's something that we'll look into, playing a box-to-box role. Max Power, he's in the actual series, another good box-to-box midfielder. Actually, really good box-to-box midfielder, to be honest. Really good finishing, good first touch. He's probably championship quality, to be honest. Let's have a look at the coach report. Yeah, could be potential. He actually looks like a very good player for the future. So it looks like we're pretty set in the midfield area because our 2 or 3 of our best players are. This guy is crazy. 19 work rate, 18 teamwork, 17 stamina. He's going to be our really, really hard-working midfielder. Really hard-working. Kyle Lafferty, is he not from Celtic or something? Or from Rangers? Yeah, Rangers. I'm sorry. Any Rangers fans watching this, I know you're not Celtic. You're not Celtic, you're Rangers. I knew he was from the Scottish League though. Didn't realise he was still playing football. I thought he was older than what he is then. I'm guessing did we sign him summer free? Yeah, we did. So we can't even sell him on. Okay. Another loan from Bristol City again. For a winger, not great crossing, but we'll make do. Joe Lynch, very good ball playing defender. 31, Welsh, good experience, good determination, okay mentals, like decisions, concentration, and anticipation aren't great for a ball playing defender, but the 12 technique, 12 passing, 12 first touch is really good. And if we really needed to, we could probably play with a no nonsense, but even then, concentration is not great, anticipation is not great. But I think he'll do for the most part. Aidan McGeady, he's on loan at Charlton. That's annoying because they went up. Yeah, they went up. It's really annoying. They actually beat Sunderland in the playoff final to go up last year, and they loaned him to them. Is there a recall clause? Because I really like him. Can be recalled. Cannot cancel. Okay, so I think it's likely that we'll recall him because he would be huge and trying to help us out this season. Chris Maguire. I'm assuming he's been signed recently. Yeah, fairly recently. Quite a decent amount of goals though. 8 goals in 33 appearances isn't too bad for a winger. Declan John from Cardiff, Swansea. He did play for Cardiff. Yeah, there we go. Swansea, and then on loan at us. So he's meant to be quite a good fullback, good pace, 1-2s. Not great in the actual defending, so he will have to be purely a wing back trying to attack. Lyndon Gooch is meant to be quite a good player. I think he come through the Sunderland Youth Academy. Yeah, he did. Decent pace, decent dribbling, good work rate. Quite important. I think a lot of work rate is going to be really important this season for our squad. Jordan Willis, not too bad for a defender. Luke 09, I know he's on the actual thingy. 24, I expect him to be younger than what he was. Because I thought he come from their academy. Evidently not. Will he play? Is he likely to play? He's okay for a box midfielder. He's got decent work rate again. I think that's quite a standard thing for them, really. Wanted by Swansea, who I think are in the league above us, so he must be doing something right. This guy got sent off against Portsmouth in the playoff first leg. He's okay. He'll do all right. Like, we will use him, but if Doncaster offer a bit of money for him, I'd let him go. Jack Baldwin, who was at the club, is on loan at Salford now. He really struggles in the series with mental health, which is really sad. But yeah, hopefully he has a good season and we can bring him back. Grant Ledbetter, again, he's one of those experienced midfielders, very good leadership. But if we get an offer, we will probably let him go because he's not the be all end all. Got a few players that could actually make a step up. He could potentially play a few times this season. I could see him playing. He's 17. Definitely willing to let him break through if he's good enough. Maybe a little bit less likely to play. Ethan Robson. Again, middle midfielders. We don't really need midfielders, which is a problem. They're attacking players. They're likely to get a few games, but because these midfielders, they're not probably that likely to get it. So Anthony Patterson, I can tell you now, he will not be making it at the club. He might make a few appearances, but he won't be making it. he won't be making it either. He'll be sold on. Jack Bainbridge, he won't make it. It's looking very unlikely that any of these are actually going to make it, to be honest. Ruben Sammet, he's not going to make it. So we are lacking a little bit, I think. Miller, 17, 21's definitely not going to make it with those stats. Only good tackling. I'm going to look at our under 18s just in case there's a little gem down here that we haven't been able to pick up on. Ryan Wombwell, unlikely. Harry Ord, unlikely. Sean Kennedy, very poor mentals, not great technically. I think that's unlucky. It's unlikely as well. James Foster, again unlikely. Ryan Bruce, potentially 16, quite slow though, quite weak. But his technicals and his mentals aren't too bad. But you really want better physicals for 16. You should be having decent physicals at least. Yeah, so I don't think there's going to be really that many people making it through from the academy this season round anyway. So we'll have a look at what they have. Good corporate facilities, superb training facilities, which they actually are in the series. They are actually really good. Excellent youth facilities. They are actually really good as well. Coming from a Premier League background, 48,000 seat stadium, adequate youth academy coaching, and adequate youth recruitment. £1 million budget, £13,000 a week spent on wages. Lead an active scout. So I'm going to put the squad. We're not going to team report. We're going to squad depth. We're going to look at where they think we need to improve. So we'll be starting with Wilbury up front. It's likely that Maguire will play on the left. It's likely that we'll have a midfield free, and it's likely that Gooch will play on the right. Maybe even Duncan Watmore because he's a youth player. I'd quite like to use youth in this team if we can. He kind of come from their youth, like signed as a youth academy player. Works really hard. He has Premier League experience with them, so I'd like to get him in the side if possible. And then I think this football manager I played with a number 10, but I think we may rotate to a midfield flat three or a one for holding, and then in some games we'll play with a more conventional number 10. Definitely gonna have a back four, and the keeper McLaughlin is already decided himself. So I think we've got the basis of what a good side. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go away. I will create a tactic. I'll put players into the side, and then I will tell you where I'm looking to strengthen in the summer. And if I'm not, because I might not be looking to strengthen the finances of the club, they're definitely not secure. So we're expected to be making a £24 million loss for the next 2 seasons. So this season, getting into the championship is key. Is absolutely crucial to get into the championship this season. We have to get promoted. A decent cup run would be nice. And I think spending as little money as possible and trying to promote youth is going to be absolutely crucial. So I think we're going to try and increase our junior coaching budget. We're going to try and increase our youth recruitment, and I think we're going to be signing some new staff members to try and improve this youth team, because I think look, not great. Working with youngsters is fantastic, but his actual youth recruitment, and like he's a scout, which he is a scout, that isn't great to be signing players like that. So yeah, we will be going in. Maybe we'll sign a director of football. We'll probably let some of these guys go because they're, we should be the best in League One. We have the best facilities in League One. We have probably the best squad in League One. If we go to competitions, I assume they're expecting us to win the league. The season review. Yeah, so they're expecting us to win the league. Ipswich, who got relegated. Rotherham also got relegated. The other team got relegated. We're only 2 for this league. Oh, Bolton. It's ready to go down again. Wow, and 23rd. There's only 23 teams in this, isn't there? Because obviously Bury Town. So that makes it very interesting because there'll be 24 in this league. Yeah. So I wonder how the National League will work, because there'll probably be 3 teams promoted from there, I assume, or maybe 1 team. Wow, that's going to be a confusing one. Maybe only a few teams will be relegated from here instead. But anyway, so what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to quickly pause the recording, and I will come back when I have got an update for you. Hello, everyone, and I'm just come back from a little break. I'm not sure how long we played since I was with you. So I played a little bit, and I've made a couple of sign-ins. You can see I've got a few videos trying to sign them for the youth team. So something I really, really want to improve during this save is having watched the documentary by Sunderland, it's clear to see that they really value youth players. So we've played 2 games since we've been on. We played Sunderland under 23s and we beat them 6-4, 6-2. Both of these players I took a look at and I thought, they had decent performances against us, but I think we were fairly poor defensively. He may make it. I think I said he wouldn't, but he may make it. He's got very well-rounded stats, but it's quite low, so it depends if he can kick on. So in the first game, we had Charlie Maguire scored a hat-trick. He is now wanted by QPR. Ideally, we don't want to sell, and we will be asking for a decent amount of money. We also beat Derby County, who are in the Championship, so it's a big win. Maguire with 2 penalties to win the game. So it is what it is. We played fairly well. In terms of signage, you may have just seen one then. So I haven't signed any of these players. There's a lot of players coming in. Wow. So I've actually only signed Curtis Jones for Liverpool on loan. I think it'll be a good option to have as like a winger or just someone across the front 3, basically, or the front these 3 positions. I could play him up front. I don't want to, but it was mainly because he's a very good youth player. He's on the loan list, £4,000 a week. Was affordable for us, so we were pretty comfortable with that. So that's all the business I think I'm going to do. I don't want to do any other business. I don't think we need to do any other business to bring anyone in. And the 3 bits of business I've done on the outs front is Tom Flanagan has joined MK Dons on a permanent deal. We got 125k for him, I think, rising to 165. So it wasn't a great deal, but it was more about getting his wages off the wage bill. I think he was like £4,000 a week. We have to pay like £1,200 a week for his wage so far. So it was more about just getting off the wage bill. Alim Ozturk, we sent on loan to Burton. They're paying 100% of his wages, I think, while he's there. Yes, they're paying his full wages while he's there for the season. And Charlie White, again, he has been loaned out. They are paying 70% of his wages, I believe. Around 70% of his wages. So we've done the 3 outs I think we wanted to do. I don't think there's anyone else that I've got listed to go. Aidan McGeady's one I want to bring back, but it's not letting me recall it just yet. So if we get the opportunity to, we'll definitely be recalling him from his loan spell. And we'll be playing him in rotation, or he'll be playing on the left-hand side. Chris Brown will probably go to the right-hand side, and Curtis Jones will play through the middle. Cole Lafferty won't be playing. It'll be Will Grigg. He did score in his first game. Didn't score in the last game. I don't think he played in the last game, actually. No, he didn't play in the last game. But he had a good first game against our youth. So that's who I'm looking to be the goal scorer of the season. He was on 10k a week. He needs to start putting the ball in the back of the net for us this season. And that's really important to us. So in terms of transfers, in terms of all that sort of stuff, I think I'm done. I don't think there'll be anyone else that I want to sign. I've also just allowed this, so I'll get people, or there'll be people that, like this guy, Aaron Cork, he can't be terrible, but this is one that or the club has tried to sign themselves. So what I'm doing is essentially I'm just allowing them to do that, because if they're going to bring players in that are young, I'm just going to let them do it. It doesn't. I don't think that counts as my transfer. Okay, it does count as a transfer. But I'm not signing him. It's the club signing him. They're making that decision to sign him. He could end up being really good, because he actually has got some decent stats for a young player. He has a lot of work to do, but at 16 years old, I think he could develop into a decent player. So I will try and develop him. He may get a little bit of game time in a cup match or something this season, the Checker Trade Trophy, but for the most part, any times they make will probably flop. But the be all and end all is I will allow them to make the signings, because I want them to be able to make those signings, and I want them to be able to bring in players just in case we do get sacked. So this is also something I've done. I've signed Sammy Lee. We got rid of our previous head of youth development. His youth working with youngsters was like 19, but his actual judging ability and potential was terrible. So we've signed Sammy Lee on £2,000 a year for the next 4 seasons. I think will really help with the youth development in the side. We haven't gone out and got a new chief scout, but I think our current chief scout is good enough in terms of adaptability. We did sign John Hale as a scout. I think he's a decent addition to the team. I think because Swan we signed a medical staff, and then something else we've actually done, or what I really wanted to ensure that we did was I will be signing the full staff for the under 23s and the under 20, and the under 18s, because I think youth development in this save is going to be absolutely crucial, because we physically cannot afford to run this club with the current projections. We actually managed to do quite well in terms of the fact that I've shifted out a few of the more expensive players. We don't look like we're going to be too bad this season. We will be in the red come the end of next season, but I'm hoping a few youth players, if we can get promoted, that gives us a bit of money, a couple of cup runs. So the projections are what they are now, but I think we'll probably be all right. And I think a couple of player sales may be necessary to keep the club afloat. But that will be the end of the first episode. So I've just sort of given you a breakdown of what this series is going to be. I've given you a breakdown of what the tactic will look like, kind of. Let me do that now, actually. I haven't done that for you, really. I'll sort that out when I'm off screen. So the tactic will look like this. So it'll be a 4-2-3-1. We will have another tactic in there. That'll be a 4-1-2 or 4-3-3 with holding midfielder. So we will be passing short out of the back, because we want to play out from the back. We want to play our way out of defence. We will be playing quite a narrow system, because we are playing a pressure system. We are trying to win the ball back from the opposition. There will be some games where we have to modify that, and we have to play slightly deeper off, and we have to let them try and pump the ball up and let our defenders win the header, because it is League One. I don't think too many teams would be looking to play out from the back constantly, so we may have to lower that line. We may have to slow the game down a little bit, but for the most part, a fairly normal directness. We'll be playing short, long passes. It doesn't really make a difference. I just want them to be able to play with freedom, which is why I've allowed them to be on the expressive, so more expressive. I want it to be really quick turnovers, just to ensure that we are rapid. Passing in space is crucial as well, because we've got Poacher and 2 fast wingers. We want them to be to get in space. So this is something that I don't usually do. I usually click counter press, and I want them to win the ball back immediately after losing the ball. But actually, for this specific league, I do want to have a bit of a regroup, so the players, they'll get back into positions, they'll gather their shape again, just to try and not get caught on the counter attack, because I think that's what a lot of teams will do against us, because we are one of the better sides in the league. And then when we win, I want us to be quick to counter attack. I want us to be quick to get the ball up the pitch. Probably have to get goalkeeper distributor on. And this is our final bit. So the out of possession, we will be having a slightly higher line. We'll be time marking. I'll be pressing extremely urgently with a normal width. So no stuck in. We're not going to try and prevent goalkeeper distribution, because I think we would encourage that, because we want to try and press them and win the ball back. So we don't want to prevent them from going short. So yeah, that's the tactic. We're going to be playing a positive tactic. We're going to have 2 wing backs. John's actually be an attacking wing back because he can't defend, and McLaughlin's actually going to be a defender. You have one ball playing centre back. I don't know if it will be Willis yet, or if it will be Smith, or if it will be someone else. I think it'll be on a support. We'll be having 09 potentially will play. I don't think he will, but for now, we'll have a box-to-box and a ball-winning midfielder in midfield. Depending on how games go, we made a deep line playmaker to try and really sort of dominate the play. And if we do have a deep line playmaker, he will be switched to a shadow striker or an attacking midfielder. And then the final 3 up front, we'll have a poacher and Will Grigg. I literally don't want him to be involved in any of the build-up play. I just want these sort of 5 or 6, 7, just to supply the ball to him. Just give him the ball in the 18-yard box, let him do his thing. Jack Maguire, he's going to be on an inside forward because I think he's got that ability to cut inside and take a shot, and that's really what I want to bring out of him. He's a right-footed player, so he's good at that. That's what he does. And then we actually have a winger here, so we want him to get down the byline. We want him to get crosses into Will Grigg, and potentially even to Maguire at the back post. So I think he's a tall lad, isn't he? 5'7". Okay, he's not a tall lad, but anyway, that'll be our tactic. I will do some set pieces off of camera, just because I don't think they're very interesting to watch me set up my set pieces. I don't do match plans and I don't do opposition instructions. But that'll be it. Here's the team cohesion. Very poor. I'm going to be changing the training so that we are doing some team cohesion, and I'm also going to be actually giving my training to the assistant manager because I never do it. So I will come back with the next episode, and that will include, oh my god, JJ Okocha. Okay. The next episode will be the first game of the season, where we play Oxford and Ipswich. So we'll play the first 2 games against Oxford and Ipswich. We'll see how we get on. And then it's likely that we'll probably come back for Portsmouth because that's a big game, Rochdale, and then from there we'll just go on. It'll be every few games, so after Portsmouth, Rochdale, we'll probably play these 4 and then come back for Rotherham and Bolton, or Bolton MK Dons. So yeah, we will be skipping over a few games potentially just because to try and speed it up. So if you did enjoy this episode, guys, please make sure you like and subscribe. If you're looking forward to the next episode, ensure that you have liked, subscribe to the channel. And that is all from me today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.